then why are they not self-sustaining? Welcome to an Indefatigable Artist podcast. I am your host, Blease, just a universal creative living in the 21st century. Episode 44, First or Last Day. First day of the last month of the year 2023. Is today going to be the first day of something new or the last day of something old? You are right where you need to be. Quiet the voice inside your head and be present. Right here, right now. Enough with the I should be this, I should be there, I should be this or that. You are. And that's all that matters. You are here. Wake and be who you are. I was reading a book and they asked me to write down what I thought my top 10 values in life were. It's a great question that gets you thinking. What do I value most and how has that shaped my life? At the top, I put self-expression. I value respect, love, and self-love, sharing energy, inspiring others, a healthy heart, intelligence, and reading. I value enjoying right now, a calm mind and less stress. What we value, we focus on. That's why it's very powerful to know one's values and to manage your limited time, limited amount of time around those values. First day of the last month of the year. Is today going to be the first day of something new or the last day of something old? Choice is yours. Past and future are illusions that live and breathe in your mind. Let those distractions pass you by and live right here, right now. Make that change. Take that step, that jump, that leap. Yes, you fucking can. Get out of your own way. Shut the fuck up for once and just do it. Stop procrastinating. Tomorrow never gets here. You are an intelligent being who is resourceful, the product of millions of years of evolution. Fucking act like it. Will this be your first or your last? Pivot, change direction, mix it up, walk in circles, walk in triangles, make it up as you go, because we won't be here long. So much time instantly gone, never to be had again. Where have all the good times gone? They live in your heart. The joy is found in that next heartbeat. Fulfillment in that next deep breath. You are right where you need to be, alive to see another day. I say do it now before you look back and say, it's too late for me now. I can't even get out of bed. on my own anymore. I wish I knew then what I know now. If only I could do it all again. Spend more time with the friends that have since came and went. Oh, how we laughed. Don't you remember that? I go there with these episodes to hopefully inspire others, but also to hype myself up. Constant and never ending improvement. That is what pushes me every day. That is what gets me up in the morning to get on my computer with that emotional ferocity that I need to bring to my creativity. The energy that pushes me to learn new software after spending 14 years on other programs. It's what pushes me into the unknown, pulls me time and time again, never knowing if I will make it out alive or what's even on the other side, what pitfalls may lay ahead, as I cannot see even a foot in front of my face. But I take it day by day, handling obstacles as best I can. The voice in my head pestering me with questions. Why? Why keep going? No one cares about what you're doing. Look at your growth versus that of other artists. Look how successful they are. They're younger, they're better, they're faster, they're stronger. No one cares what you're doing. Evaluating your entire existence on artificial engagement. How many followers do you have? Oh, I can just ignore you now. You barely have any. If you had more, maybe you could get a response. But I don't seek rewards for what I'm doing with Bleece. This is something beyond me. This is a universal energy. For as I create, the universe is creating through me. Think outside of your sense of self, this concept of I that Americans have, this sense of independence. You are independent. Then what do you eat? What do you drink? Are you not self sustaining? No. You need other resources in order to live? Doesn't sound very independent to me. Where would you be without the earth, without the solar system? You egocentric, mass polluting fuck. Where would you be? Stop staring at the selfie you just took of yourself and consider the health of the tree beneath your feet. I value a healthy planet and a thriving, creative universe. It's all the time I have for this episode, doing what I can, the best I can, trying to get to 50 episodes before taking a break for this next year's endeavor.
You'll get it. You'll get it, please.
Calling in now, 2024 is the year of Bleece. I appreciate you listening. Let us continue to go further together, one step at a time. And if this is my last episode ever, one of those times, that will be true. So I want to say it now, because if not now, when? But I just want to say before I go, one last thing. And if it's the last thing I ever say, I want it to be this.
Fresh for 0 AD. You sucker!
It took me 23 years just to write this verse. I felt the sum of all fears in a lightning burst. I was shaking at the window like Pookie with a pipe, but there ain't no director when the movie is your life. Look for answers in the book, but it takes too long. And it ain't like Nina Simone can make new songs. They said, if I speak my mind, I'll be despised. Stick to liquor punchlines, ass cheeks and thighs. But I'm just too potent, I get you open like a flesh wound, hoping that the fresh truth's soaking. Oh, they got flow? Well, I exhale oceans. How could they not know? They up the next male's colon. This is for the pipe dreamers with the 9-to-5 fever. The hardest working fathers and the Friday night divas. I dedicate my resume to all my light sleepers who stay awake and wonder where the future might lead us.
Nothing I can't
It
handle.
happens.
There we go. Fixed. Sorry about that, everyone. Hello and welcome. Thank you all for being here. We're back at our favorite spot, the on Decentraland, the DollHouse, coordinates -100, -100, and we're all gathered here for another episode of Beyond the NFT. My name is Sinful, and I am your host for tonight's show. Yeah, once again, thank you all for being here. I've been away for the last week. Feels like I've been away forever. I've missed you all so much, but I'm so happy to be back. Big shout outs to everyone here. I mean, we have a full house. Hello, Miss B. Hello, mods. I just said hello to myself. Refraction is here, rocking the Mew aura, as well as Sweetie Pie on her swing. We got Mikey Z ready for the show alongside with Mana Dude. There's Masca. Looking really good for the holidays. I like that Christmas sweater. We got our boy Steve Sai. All Time High is back. So good to see you, my friend. Crypto Minotaur, the main man himself, is in the building here. I'm not gonna say his name because I still gotta introduce him. And welcome, Hi CC, making NFT, unknower hiding in my usual sleeping spot. We got Bitcoin over here. It's so good to see you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, without further delay, I would love to introduce tonight's guest. He has been an EDM DJ for 20 years. You can catch him streaming on Twitch, Kick, as well as Mixcloud. And he recently had his Decentraland debut performance at Make a Music Fest. It is a great pleasure to welcome DJ vAPED to the stage.
Yo, what's up, Simple? What's up, everyone?
How was that intro? Did I do you any justice or?
Oh, that was dope. I loved it.
Thank you.
Dope.
So
Give all the shout outs.
Yep. I gotta shout out the entire room. I mean,
Were those shout outs of people in the Discord or people in the Decentraland?
Everyone is on Decentraland right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm dancing.
Yep. I see you. I see you right here. I gave you a nice I used the camera feature to rotate around you, give you a nice little round, little round.
I was
effect.
wondering, I've seen little clips of that from the previous for Make a Music, and I was wondering if those were because they all looked pretty smooth and dynamic. So yeah, the camera moves were pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so we're gonna show you how to do that. So whenever you have a performance, you can catch some clips. If you press C on your keyboard, C for cat, that activates the camera feature. And then from there, what I do is I press U to make the UI go away. And then from there, use the WASD keys to move the camera. E is to take a picture, and R and F are to adjust height.
Oh, okay, right on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with this for sure.
Trust me, this has been one of my favorite features to come out. So anytime that I can use it, I'm definitely there. Even as I'm speaking right now, I'm just constantly hovering around. Okay, that was
nice.
That was fun. So usually I'd like to start every show by just passing the mic over to my guests and, giving them the opportunity to give themselves a proper introduction, as well as make any shout outs or to anyone that you see in the crowd. So the mic is yours.
Oh, right on. Well, I'm DJ vAPED. As you heard, I've been a DJ for quite some time, and it was this is probably I hit Decentraland probably several years ago, when it was when it first came out and everything, and it seemed a little bit more laggy. And I had a slower computer then. But now it looks pretty cool. Everything seems to be, there's a lot of cool spaces built out, and I'm digging the vibe.
Well, then welcome back, my friend. Welcome back to Decentraland.
Thanks.
Around what times were you on? Like 2021 time? Or 2020?
Yeah, probably 21. When it was first launched.
Mhm.
When was it launched? Like 20?
I think in world, like the world that we're currently on was launched in 2020, I believe.
Yeah, probably somewhere around then.
I see. So, we have a few friends around the Central End that join in around those times. It seems like it was a completely different time. I like to listen to my friend Kinessa's stories about like being or attending the first like metaverse sunrise or Decentraland sunrise, and you know, kind of like the emotions that pulled out of a person that kind of thought they bought they bought into a platform, a world that was empty and like didn't exist, to like see what like the slow progress being made. Even a sun, like to that point, even a sunrise was something that brought, spiked some emotion.
Oh yeah, that's incredible.
Oh, looks like I got visited by a puppy. Her name is Willow. I moved back with my parents over the weekend, and they got a new puppy. It's a Yorkie named Willow, and she came over here
nice.
to
How old is your
bite
puppy?
on my ankles and stuff.
How old's the puppy?
She is like 3 months old, maybe a little more.
Wow.
Yeah, like she's
Young.
so tiny. I love watching her run around, and it looks like her legs are running at going at like a high rate per second type of deal.
Nice.
So the name DJ Vaped, how did you first come up with your name?
Well, I wasn't always started off more like AKA Robo. Back when back in my like club days, I somehow got the nickname Robo, and it kind of stuck. And that was before like I even started DJing, which kind of happened by accident. But and then years later, probably about 12 years later, or 12 years ago, maybe 13, I don't know, somewhere around there. I got, I was a smoker for a long time, and I got into the vape business. I got into the e-cigarette business. I was doing import export of devices, and supplying mom and pop stores in the burgeoning e-cigarettes industry that was blowing up all across the country, especially all around the world, and especially here in Southern California. And then we started my brother and I started a little business. He was making like handcrafting like wood products, like wood stands and stuff like this for e-cigarette devices. And then we got into juice making. We had 2 juice lines, and one of them was called Far West Vapor. The other one was called Cheesecake Vapory. And when Cheesecake Vapory was our second line, and probably one of my favorite, was my favorite of the 2, even though the first line was great e-cigarette juices. The second line was pretty, like, it was really more like my flavor palette of like everything was based on cheesecake flavors, and then we had different like fruit flavors on top. So and it was when I created the Twitter for that juice line. I created it as Mr. Vapory, and eventually That's so Mr. Vapory and Vaped and all that kind of stuff. And eventually, like the FDA came in and shuttered a lot of mom and pops and juice companies and stuff like this. And it's a little long story, but like the FDA just made it very, very expensive to come into their like fill out all their applications and get the license and everything.
Just
so
with everything.
Just everything, decimated a lot of mom and pops and my business. And unless your like juice business was already in the stratosphere and you can afford like $1 million, to pay all these all these fees.
Wow.
So and I felt like, oh man, they just, they vaped us out. And so like sometime after then, that's when I started like picking up that name on Twitter, and I used it as my DJ name.
Started rocking with it.
Long story short.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm looking at your or just scrolling through your Instagram, and I see, Cheesecake Vapory. I think I did see the other one, but mainly, yeah, I could see you. Oh, Far West Vapor, there it is.
Yeah.
And dude, that is kind of awesome. Yeah, like you mentioned 13 years ago, we're talking like 2010, maybe 2011. And yeah, those around those times, it was crazy how the vape industry kind of just blew up out of nowhere. Everyone started vaping.
Oh yeah. And there was, it was kind of like it was definitely the Wild West in a new industry. You had people like modding, these devices, and then and you had vape meets and vape conventions and cloud competitions, and I started going to this vape store on Melrose Avenue and befriended the owner, and then I started, because I did a lot of watching of videos online and modding myself. I started teaching people how to build tanks, and started teaching classes that like battery safety at the store, hanging out and stuff like that. And,
Yep.
And then we started organizing vape meets and the whole 9 yards, man. It was pretty crazy. There's so many vape stores that popped up all around Southern California. I mean, like there was parts of Glendale, like on one street, like within 2 blocks, you would hit 5 stores. That's like when the heyday, the ultra euphoria of that market was going off.
Yeah.
Like,
go ahead.
Yeah. So, but then, it kind of died down and like out of nowhere, and like it just kind of fell apart. Like after the whole FDA thing.
Yeah, the FDA always seems to make everything so difficult. While you were kind of sharing about that part of the business, the FDA part, it reminded me a lot about like, the marijuana industry, like here in Florida. When medical was up on the ballot back in like 2016 or so, it was like it was a Wild West. There were conventions, like there were weed conventions in Miami that illegal ones, of course. But cops always love to hang out right in front of them and keep us safe.
Right.
Yeah, but reminded me of that. Reminded me of like back when looking into kind of like if you wanted to become a grower for medical marijuana here in Florida, it was ridiculous. Like I believe I believe only like I think it was like 500 licenses were issued for the entire state, and if you wanted to apply for it, you needed to have like a base of like 100,000 customers or something like that.
Oh yeah. And the money, I'm sure the application fees weren't cheap.
Yeah, the application fees came in as well, coming in at a big number, like Yeah, but by the end of it, if you just wanted to like set up and have a chance to get one of these licenses, you needed to pull in a little more than $1 million.
Oh yeah, wow, crazy. Yeah, it was. I think it was pretty much the same here, even in California, for that. It's the same struggle, right? It's like, for the vape business, it was like we were fighting against not only big tobacco but also big pharma. And I imagine, like in the same sort of situation in the cannabis fight, years ago, the same, man against the establishment.
Yep. Exactly. The establishment is always against us little guys. um so you had mentioned that you were a smoker around those times, 2010, maybe a little or before 2010, around there.
Oh yeah, I was a smoker for a very long time.
So the
Uh,
go ahead.
Probably like a pack, at my heyday, like a pack a day.
Wow. So
Yeah.
definitely like a tough habit to kind of kick in a way.
Oh, I probably tried to hit, at least like, stop and start, like at least like between 40 and 60 some odd times, I'm sure.
Yeah. So could you kind of like well, I guess the first question would be like, when you entered that industry, when you started being like surrounded more around more like vape products and stuff like that, did it help you with quitting smoking or?
It did. Okay, so just to give you a brief history, like like in my quest to eventually quit smoking, I tried everything that was out there, right? The gum, the hypnosis, the patch, everything, pretty much everything that was out. I tried and it never worked. And so when my brother, he brought over once, this e-cigarette, and I was like, yeah, whatever. He was trying to kick, and he gave me a hit, and he gave me the same throat feeling as a cigarette. And after that, I just dove right in. So, wait, I'm just trying to remember your original question. What was the original question?
I don't think I ever finished the original question, yeah, but mainly
Oh,
what I wanted to kind of touch on is could you speak on how kind of how like vaping kind of changed your life drastically in a way, like with going from smoking a pack a day uh to just
oh,
vaping your favorite
absolutely,
flavors, as well as
absolutely.
like even the health benefits that you've noticed.
Well, it was the health benefits that was the most amazing transition and change that was, like I would say life changing. Because we all know what happens to smokers at the end of their lives if they don't ever like quit, right? It's not a pretty thing. So, and my parents were like lifetime smokers. So, and prior to me finding e-cigarettes, um, I had been on like maybe a health kick for maybe 2 years prior. My mom had like high blood pressure in her family, and I was kind of like, borderline, which kind of scared me a little bit. So I was like, I was trying to change my diet. I was trying to change, I eliminated a lot more salt from my diet. I did so many things, and you started exercising and working out, and things were going great in those regards. But I still was not like, I still had like, borderline high blood pressure. And so when I started e-cigarettes about a month later, I went to get like tested and everything, and they said, "Oh, you're normal," and it was that moment that made me realize that smoking had a lot to do with high blood pressure. And there's no wonder, right? Because like every literature that you can pull up on the internet tells you that like there are probably like 4,000 some odd ingredients in a cigarette, and it's not necessarily the it's not necessarily what is it, the nicotine that is the killer part of it. It's everything else, the paper, the burning of the, like the tobacco, so the carbon, and then the smoke, right? So and I when I dove right in, I learned that like you had, the first thing that you learn is that like 4,000 ingredients in a cigarette versus 4 ingredients
Really?
in e-cigarette juice.
4?
Right? 4 ingredients, 4 main ingredients. So right there, I mean, like, and the percentages that we were all talking about, like, were anywhere between e-cigarettes being anywhere between 70 to 90% safer and healthier than a conventional cigarette. So, and the 4 ingredients were like, you had your propylene glycol, which is a ingredient listed as FDA as a safe to consume. You find it in a bunch of different products that we use day to day. Then vegetable glycerin, which is a derivative of vegetable. And then you have your nicotine, extracted nicotine juice. And back then it was extracted from like tobacco plants and stuff like that. And then your flavorings that you would buy to like flavor your pies or your confectionery type stuff, right? I mean, those you can literally buy off of Amazon. You used to be able to buy even nicotine from Amazon. So those 4 ingredients, like and literally like overnight, everything felt better in my life. Like I could breathe better, I could swim, I could hold my breath longer and swim the entire length of the swimming pool. Like my clothes didn't smell like. It's so funny. Like once I realized, like like got the whole smell, the whole thing out of my system, you realize how much other smokers smell so much of fucking smoke. and I was like, damn, that was me. Like. So yeah, it's been it was a life changer. It was a life changer for me. And we went and I went around like teaching other people. Even at all these vape conventions, we used to go around and educate everyone. Like I must have converted over like 100 people, like and it was all about health. It was all about our whole community. There was a huge community. Much like you see a community in Web3, much like you see like a Web3 being the Wild West, especially these last couple of years in NFTs and the last like 5-7 years in crypto, just the Wild West, right? Same thing, same feeling, same, like camaraderie and communities in the vape industry, in that early e-cigarette industry. It was the same thing. And that's why I love like Web3 so much, because it's that same feeling that we're embarking on something new. We're at the frontier, something that's life-changing.
Yeah. So
for people.
So then this feeling, like like this, like seeing the community here on Decentraland and Web3 in general, seeing all of this happening it's kind of like a history repeating itself for you in a way, but in a different aspect.
Yeah. You gravitate towards those types of experiences and shared human experiences with that that you enjoy, that bring joy to you and make life fun.
Yep. So before I go into like the next segment, I did forget to shout this out in my intro. Anyone that is watching on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, or on Decentraland, keep an eye out for M's post on X. She is doing a giveaway. Like, retweet, drop a picture of your avatar in Decentraland at the DollHouse during Beyond the NFT, and you will have a chance to win some headphones here. These are, according to M, perfect for Beyond the NFT Mew Monday. So here, I will drop the link on all socials, including...
I'm a big fan of headphones.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta get some for whenever you're behind the turntables in world. So there we go. I'm just sharing the links on all the live streams. Oops, did I forget to go live on YouTube? Oh no. Oh well, I'll post it later. And yeah. So so back to the music. back to DJ Vape.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of curious, like with your name, the lowercase v with the uppercase APED. Was there a reason that you chose to kind of write your name that way?
I think probably aesthetically, it was probably probably the main factors. At that time I was also, I guess I changed my name to that and started doing that a lot more, probably about a year ago, maybe, year and a half ago. And I was into, and I'm still a big holder of vAPES, which is a NFT project on the eGold Multiverse X network. That was where I first got into, deep into like NFTs and communities, NFT communities, and learning all about that world. vAPES is just they're an NFT, they're a PFP project on eGold, and they're apes. So I thought it also kind of represented a little bit of that. Like, so I kind of aped into that whole community. Still a big part of that community. So yeah. But I think the biggest factor was I just like the way it looked when I was creating the logos and
Yep.
And everything else. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, definitely. If I go back to my intro screen here, I mean that looks very good. I had taken the banner from your Twitter and through
Yeah.
and it looks so good.
that actually, it's funny because I created it as a font. Like it was a font, and that V. I had to go into Photoshop and twist it, because if it were just the regular way up, the way it was created, it wouldn't look like it was slanted towards the A, and the A had a slant. So I created that in like Photoshop. And then, but what you see on the Twitter, that was created by a buddy of mine, who not only, this is like a screenshot. He created a whole like motion graphic, camera flying through a city and then winding up on the rooftop of this thing, and as you pan up, you see it. So yeah, it's I think it's on my you can see that on my YouTube page.
YouTube, all right, here I do have it pulled up.
Yeah, but he created
nope.
he created that the graphics for me, the motion graphics. He created two of them, like flybys.
Okay, so I do see a 14-second Pixel City logo.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's one of them. I don't know if I have the other one, but this one's pretty cool too.
Yeah, this one is pretty dope. Do you know how he made it? If he made it on Blender or?
I don't even know. I didn't ask.
Yeah,
he's one of the graphic video designers for Drill Club, but he made that for me prior to him joining that NFT, that fine NFT project.
That's dope. Big shout out to him. So I guess we can go back, or we can go into kind of your DJ journey. I mean, like 20 plus years of DJing. That is a long, long time to,
Oh yeah.
yes, to be performing.
Before
Um,
we go there, I
yeah.
just want to give a shout out to my buddy who his name is Yopsy. He goes by Yopsy Beat on Twitter. He's the one that created this dope flyby intro, that motion graphic. So anyway, I just want to give him a shout out.
Yes, yes, of course. And if you can get his Twitter link, and we could like post it somewhere, you could either share it in the stage chat, and I'll put it on all platforms or whatever it may be.
Oh, right on.
Mm-hmm. Uh, so okay, where was I? Oh yeah, 20 years, long time to be DJing. Um, and you did mention earlier that you had kind of gotten into DJing by accident.
By
Could
accident,
you, yeah,
complete by accident. It was an act of God that got me into DJing. So I've been I've been a musician all my life. I'm a drummer. I play keyboards. I play a little bit guitar. But I'm mainly a drummer. I was a drummer since as soon as I can hold sticks. My dad had a whole room dedicated to music, little music production, whatever. He was a pianist. He was a drummer. He did all that kind of stuff. So I always had like sense of rhythm in my blood. But forward to the accidental thing, a friend of mine was getting married, and we had a group of friends that were into the club scene, the early EDM and rave scene here in Los Angeles and in Southern California. And we would always go out and party. And so one of the things that they wanted to do for their wedding reception was have there was at least one person in our group that was a DJ. So all he needed was someone to rent the DJ equipment, right? So someone lined up the DJ equipment, and I was the person that had to go pick it up, and I had a truck back then. So I went, picked it up, delivered it. Turned out it wasn't like the best type of turntables. They were belt driven. They were these crappy ones. They weren't like Techniques, like the industry standard. These were like Newmark or whatever. They were just really crappy. And a crappy mixer too, whatever. But it worked. It works for that evening. Great. And we partied and we had fun. We, got drunk and whatever. So at the end of the night, it was my responsibility to back it all up again. I was like, oh, everyone's so tired. I got to throw it in the back of the truck. I go to my buddies where I was staying at, and where we park, and then where his apartment is, it's like, man, that's like fucking I felt like it's 2 miles away, man. So like fuck it, I'll just leave it out here in the back of the truck. We'll do it tomorrow morning when we have more energy. We'll wait, whatever, right? Well, I don't know. We didn't have instant Google on the phones back then. We didn't, so I wasn't checking the weather, and it rained.
We're talking like 2000, 2003, correct?
Yeah, somewhere around there. So it rained overnight, and everything fucking got soaked. Next morning I'm like, fuck. I had to take it back, and I took it back to the store in West Hollywood the next morning, and as I was pulling it out, like with the back of my truck, like the case, it was this long case that had the two turntables and the mixer. Mm-hmm. As I pulled it out, water's pouring out of it.
Oh Lord.
Like water hits electronics, that's it. And sure enough, they're like, nope, you gotta pay for it. Nope. And I was on the hook for I wasn't on the hook. Well, but I kind of was. It was $16 to $2,000 for the shit, right? I'm like, oh fuck. So eventually I had to pay half of that off. It was split between me and whoever else paid for it. Mm-hmm. We just had to eat it. And so then it sat in I brought all the equipment back, and it sat in my closet for literally maybe a year, maybe 2 years. And then finally, I was talking to my friend, like we were like, hey, maybe I'll set it up and see if I can get it to work. And sure enough, everything worked, plugged in, worked. I was just missing a couple pieces. I did the research, figured it all out. And then we went out, and me and my friend, we went out and, we went and bought our first records, and that was a vibe, bro. Like back in those days, like going to the vinyl shops, just, smoking a couple of J's, getting really fucking high. And then on Melrose, there must have been like a vinyl shop every 2 blocks, So you would just like walk around and just go in and just listening to different vinyl. It was such a vibe, and we started collecting, we started spinning, when we started going to the clubs, we, instead of just like dancing, we were focusing on the DJs and what they were doing, and just learning by watching and then trial and error. So that's kind of how we all got into it. And it was 3 of us. It was 3 of us that would always use my system and to learn, and we would fuck up a lot. We would beat each other. We would go to other venues and events and really pay attention and just to figure it out.
Yeah.
And so we got it, and we were a trio for a while, and we would throw parties, we would throw events, we would go to other ones, go to raves, go to underground clubs, stuff like that. So
what was the first performance you did as a trio?
Oh, it was probably smaller. Well, probably, I don't know if it was the first, but for like 3 years in a row, we threw a New Year's Eve shindig. We rented this space, in like this dance studio space, in Culver City, and we invited everyone we could. We would have like a couple hundred people show up, and we would take like donations, like $10, $20, but if you didn't have anything, you didn't have to give anything, because we already paid for the venue, we paid for most of the drinks, and you divide that up by a gang of people. So yeah, those are fun. Those were a blast.
Those were the days, huh?
Those were the days. No, that wasn't my first time. My personal first times were like, I was like, I guess I would find these parties like through the internet. I can't really remember how, like just chat rooms or whatever, and people would like list open set times, and then you would sign up, and then you would go out and you would play at someone's like house in like the hills or something, or in the suburbs.
Okay, that's cool. So you managed to get a showtime on one of those posts.
Oh yeah, a couple different ones. Like whoever was throwing parties. Somewhere like across one end of the city, and another time it would be on the other side of the city.
Yep.
Oh yeah, now it's all kind of coming back to me. I forgot about those days.
So through the years, as you've been DJing, performing, doing performances, learning, how would you say the industry has changed?
Well, we saw it go from underground to mainstream. When you first started hearing like EDM, like breaks, or even like anything like starting to be used in commercials, that we knew, that's when you knew that it was maybe not fully or widely accepted as a movement or a dance or a genre of music, but it was certainly starting to hit mainstream, and now you hear it everywhere, right? So like now it's like even pop songs are using EDM beats. So it was pretty wild. I mean, like looking back, obviously you wanted you wanted things to sort of stay underground, but then you were excited that people were getting hip to what you were hip with for 5-10 years prior.
Yep, man. Okay, that's giving me like I'm just like putting it all together. You know how with just DJing in general, how
Oh
you
yeah.
know you looking at it from underground to mainstream, and it's
We used to,
like
bro. We used to go to raves out in the desert where you would have to drive. We would like drive like an hour and a half away, go to map points, count the number of cactuses passed on your left hand side, and then turn right at the eighth like light pole. Like
oh my god.
dirt roads. I remember one time we got to this one place at 4 a.m. We had to go out of California into Nevada and then back into California to actually get to the spot. And right when they set up all the sound systems and everyone started getting there around the same time, everyone they started like this amazing almost sunrise like music, and
Whoa.
everyone got into a big old group hug. There was about 100 people, one big old group hug just to start off the evening. That's how dope those things were, man. I mean, like it was the vibe was real, and you didn't even know that kind of vibe existed. And yeah, those were those are moon rave days.
Moon raid, I love it. And you just reminded me of like pre-internet or early internet days, not when not everyone had a smartphone, or what was that, GPS maps.com, I think it was called, MapQuest.
MapQuest, yeah.
You know,
I don't
like
even know if that was back then. We had just flyers, man. We had flyers. People found out about parties via flyers that that would get handed out at previous parties. So if you weren't at the previous party, you didn't have those flyers, or you didn't know anyone with those flyers, you didn't know about those parties.
Take a left at the greenhouse with the fence, drive till the 8th phone pole you see, then take a right.
Yeah.
The
Map points.
Oh man, those were the yep, I remember those days. I was very young, but I do remember those days. My parents would I remember getting lost so much. I have Hispanic parents, so it was always a journey. We've always been late to every party we could make, or if we didn't know the location.
Yeah, there was a lot of that back in those days.
Yep. So
early rave days.
I just want to give a couple shout outs. I did see JK come in, and also I did see a Gucci Toe around here somewhere. He's possibly around here. Gucci is also a DJ here on Decentraland. Would love to actually for you to meet him sometime. He's very talented.
Right on.
If you ever want to catch one of his shows, he is a resident DJ here at the DollHouse, where we're currently at on Decentraland.
Oh, okay.
And he performs every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, so 6 p.m. your time. And yeah, he's dope as fuck. He'll he has done a few things that are really cool. Like he's done like throwback sets as like a theme, or what I'm trying to think of what his
what are the coordinates here? You said, I think I heard you say 100 100
negative 100 negative 100
negative 100 negative 100
for
DollHouse. All right, I'll try to commit that for memory.
Yep.
Well,
right. Also, there is this is a new feature too. On the Decentraland, if you look at the mini map, you will see a heart right next to a flag that says "Flag the Scene." Like you'll see a heart, and
I just hearted it.
It'll be put into your favorites. So then when you press X on your keyboard and go into the Discover page, and right at the top you'll see favorites, and then the list of favorites will be there for you.
Oh, right on. See, I learned a new thing.
I mean, sometimes these are even things that I forget even exist. But yeah, so yeah, Gucci Toe, dope as fuck. Check him out. And
rock on.
So let's see. My last question was kind of like how the industry has changed, and kind of while you were sharing with us, like, kind of, your experience. It reminds me of like the potential that Web3 has. Like right now, we're underground. I think it's fair to say we're coming out of underground. Like, but
Yeah,
mhm,
most that.
the last few years here in this space have been indeed underground. Like, there have been the haters. Now the haters are coming around. Haters being BlackRock.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even with that, like, do you follow like crypto markets a lot and stuff like
Oh
that?
yeah.
Do you stay in tune?
Oh yeah.
What are your
I, I've been-
thoughts?
I,
Go
I've
ahead.
been in the crypto market since like 2017, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I got into crypto, just like I got into vaping, quite by accident. I was almost scammed by a fake Elon Musk on Twitter.
Oh no.
I was new to this was like so 2017, 2018. That was that big bull run,
Mm-hmm.
when BTC hit 20.
When altcoins
And
first started coming around.
yeah. And I didn't know shit from Shinola about crypto, whatever. I just saw this. I was new to Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, Elon Musk says if I send him $300 in BTC, I'll get $3,000 back. What? No way!" And then like there was a video and a graphic and then a website. You go to the website and you can see people, in real time getting. And I'm like, "Oh, what a philanthropist this guy is. What do I got to do? What do I got to do to get $300 in BTC in Bitcoin and send it to Elon so he can triple, quadruple my fucking money?" And that's when I looked up Coinbase. I looked up, and then I started hearing other people talking about, crypto. So, that was the euphoria days, right? That was so I bought Bitcoin. I discovered Coinbase, and I'm like, I'm going to put $300 in Bitcoin. And at that point, this was after the crash. So I think I bought around like when it was $6,000 or something like this, $7,000. I bought $300 worth of Bitcoin. And what saved me from being scammed was the 10-day waiting period on Coinbase, right? I discovered Coinbase. I bought the thing. I transferred the money.
Mm-hmm.
And Coinbase then said, "Oh, you can't do shit with this for 10 days. So I'm like, "Oh, fuck." So then I forgot about it. I totally forgot about it. And then about like 15 days later, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I bought that Bitcoin. Let me go check what's going on." And then like it had dipped from 6,000 to 3,000. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I looked up I was trying to find on the web, where did I see this Elon thing? I'm going to triple my money, whatever. And then in the course of trying to find that Elon post, I discovered it was a fake fucking post.
Oof, that's good.
Because I went to the real Elon one, obviously, like you do the search, you find the real Elon. And nowhere in his history, nothing in his media, there was nothing that he posted about that. And then I searched specifically for that kind of a post, and like all these fake things came up. I'm like, "Oh shit, fuck." I was almost scammed into crypto by a fake Elon.
Elon was probably still posting about electric vehicles back then.
Right? Yeah. I don't even Tesla,
Before
not,
the doggy
not yet
token.
on the market.
Yeah.
What we're doing.
Before the doggy token.
Yeah. Pre-Doge.
Then what have been your thoughts about BlackRock? Filing for.
It's the same fucking story, bro. It's the same story. Like it's the big guy trying to come up on the little guys, right?
Yep.
When it comes to like the vape business, to music, like underground music, to even Web3 and crypto, like it's always the guys with the money trying to fucking come up and control the system, control everything else, and then like, just come up, man. So it's the same kind of struggle. Same universal struggle.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any
Yeah.
thoughts on like how the Web3 community that is already here can kind of protect against that, or not even protect, but like kind of play their cards right with a market, yeah, within a space where like the big guys are coming in and trying to take over?
Oh well, I don't. There's, I'm sure, 100 different directions you can go in a conversation like this.
Mm-hmm.
From protecting your capital, from protecting your wallets, but for the most part, it's going to happen. It's mass adoption is eventually going to happen. You saw it happen with all these other industries that we've talked about. You saw it happen with even the whole like Web2 industry when the internet first started coming around. People were poo-pooing that as well. So like, and even though at least for like personally from my vape business, that although like I didn't get to like ride that wave, you still see like it's a big, now it's just big tobacco and that controls it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not any of the mom and pops anymore.
How
So
ironic.
it's the same. So how ironic, right? So, and it's going to be like the same thing with Web3. It's going to be the BlackRocks, the JP Morgans, the government that are really going to try to control it. And we're still all the little guys, and we just got to hold on and figure it all out and be a part of the movement, and know that we're early and even now, like what, 13 years later from Bitcoin, we're still very early because we just fucking are.
Yep. Yeah. Well, the thing is that as far as like Bitcoin goes, it's like that has been an industry that has not even been looked at until 2018 when the second bull run happened, because the first one happened in 2014 and no one batted an eye,
Yeah. There was that, and then there was a run in 2016, and well, not in 2016, but 2017.
Yep. 2017 to early 2018, and that's when it like all started to crash again. Man, it's been kind of awesome, like looking back into the early cryptocurrency days. I remember 2013, I was a high school senior, just exploring the world of the internet, seeing what was out there, and I was delivering pizza, and I met at the shop there was this guy named Matt, and he was into Bitcoin back then.
Oh man.
Yeah, so then like from
Did
talking,
you get into Bitcoin back then?
I sure did. Thank you, Matt. Freaking Bitcoin was like $350 to $400 a Bitcoin, and I was broke high school senior, so I managed to get as much as I could. I bought like 5 Bitcoin and held.
Oh shit!
I held most of it till like 2018. And that's because like near the peak, like 17K around there. And then I sold because I was like, I like to think
I'm time to sell, I guess.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I like to think I'm financial market savvy and whatnot, and I saw the jump from $300 to 18K as a like, this is overbought, I need to sell now. So I did. But my mistake was I never rebought in yeah.
I know. I always think like, because I haven't. So I was, I had a lot of money, at least for me, back then, into the crypto market before before the last bull run, 21, and I, like everyone else, I thought, we were going to have a proper altcoin market. Most of, I had missed most of Bitcoin run up, so like, I put most of my money into like a bunch of altcoins, and some altcoins did go, and like Chainlink and some other ones, but there were other altcoins that like just didn't do jack shit, or so like. Yeah, I saw my portfolio go up and then like go down. The only thing that I sold at the top was Matic, so I was
Let's
happy about
go.
that.
I'm very bullish on Matic for like the future.
Yeah. I've got a big bag of Matic, both in mainly in NFTs now.
Nice,
I just
nice.
have a big bag of coins.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look out for Matic. Like since last bull run and slightly before, they've been like, solidifying partnerships and yeah, like kind of like doing stuff on the back end when no one's looking. That's why I love these bear markets. That's when entities kind of grow and come into the market as well.
Oh yeah, got a bank on that.
It's just like a matter of like what is next, like what is like if you're looking at it from like a trading standpoint, what is the next token that will pump in the next bull run? Because like the examples I could use is like from 2017. I loaded up on a bag of Stellar and XRP, you know.
Yeah.
But this bull run, both those tokens did not do so great, and Tron as well.
No, fuck Tron.
Yeah, well, that's what I said eventually. Oh man, I had too big of a
For some
bag.
reason, I never got sucked into Tron. I was like, I don't want to touch that. Like there was just so much, I guess, FUD about it. But yeah, I had a big bag. I still have a huge bag of XRP, man. Fuck yeah! Like I held all the way through the whole the SEC thing, and it's painful. Watching every other fucking coin do crazy things and getting stymied by the SEC for 2 years. So for this next one, man, I think I still got my big bag of XRP. I capitulated on a bunch of other things, like on some things, on other things where, because once I got into NFTs, I was like, I started like one, I didn't have enough money to like, disposable money to pick up what I wanted. I was like, fuck, what is this coin doing over here? Doing nothing, and it's going to continue to go down. So like, yeah, I capitulated and then reinvested into some other NFT projects, and man, some were rugs. I gotta tell you, half of them, maybe 3/4 of them were all fucking rugs. Long bear market, man. Bear market really fucking juiced a lot of projects, a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think like probably like you, like a lot of you, like even though NFTs have, some of them have been popping back. A lot of people are like still like a little underwater, binding the bear.
Oh yes, my NFT portfolio is around 90+% down.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I consider them lessons, to tell you the truth, because like NFTs were
fun lessons.
Yes,
Fun lessons.
Expensive lessons.
Expensive lessons.
Well, I guess we could go to an Ivy League school, pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for education, or we could spend we could buy expensive lessons through like self hurt. But NFTs were early projects, these PFP projects that all of a sudden started popping up out of nowhere. Like they weren't ready. They didn't even know what they were doing. All they knew was like, oh, I can make a Web3 business if I just sell this picture, and then we're gonna have a metaverse, and we're gonna have tokens and tokenomics. They just made sure to add every freaking keyword that they knew, and then they sold the project. And as we all learned, a lot of them were rugs. But from there, it's like kind of like individuals like us, we learned what rug kind of looks like before, or the questions even to ask before investing into this next PFP project.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's when you learn what GYOR really means.
yep, yep. You know, who are the founders? What are the founders like? What do they like to preach? And you know, then it's like by movements, like what are the founders doing? They say this, but they seem to be doing that on the community wallet. What's going on here? Yeah.
Amazing how like our quest to be involved into these types of communities, and has really taught us how to do research like that, and taught us the fundamentals of like investing, like that you can show and talk to with other people and share with other people, like
Mm-hmm.
like I didn't know anything about like how to read charts or stock markets or and definitely crypto markets. I didn't know anything prior
Yeah.
to.
Or even looking through like Etherscan, you know? Like
Oh yeah.
not
That's still like rocket science.
not many people knew like that Etherscan even existed, so but yeah, I mean accountability is out there. Or,
Yeah.
uh, so okay, we did cryptocurrencies. We kind of spoke a little bit about NFTs. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you about an NFT project that has not been a rug, and that is, or at least for me yet. We don't know what the future holds, and I love all these individuals, and I don't think they will. But the Kid Called Beast community has been elite out there. They've been saying what they want of what they, or they've been doing what they say they were going to do. They have never left their community, or the founders have never left the community hanging, or like with bad taste or anything. Like it seems like I've have heard of like little dramas in the past, but to tell you the truth, those dramas were not like project that weren't devastating to the project as a whole, opposed to.
Yeah.
So there's projects like those out there that and I'm sure you have found a home in a few of these projects as well.
Yeah, I looked into. Well, I haven't really looked into a Kid Called Beast, but since shout out to Make, who introduced me to to Decentraland again, reintroduced me and this whole thing. I know he has a couple of them, and he's fucking, he's a good guy, and you always look for the communities, right? So yeah, I've been looking at a couple other youth projects like a Kid Called Beast, and I really like the beans. I like I'm kind of into the beans I don't have yet. There's a couple projects I been like kind of discovering a little bit more in the east side. I started my NFT journey in eGold, and back then it was called the Elron Network. I bought like back then I bought ERD. It was ERD and then eGold and then Multiverse X, right? So I bought ERD when it was like 0.000 something. I put like $400 into it, and then all of a sudden, like the bull run, it's peaking at like $500, and I sold some. I sold like some, and ERD got transferred into, it turned into eGold, and yeah, so I sold some eGold around that $400 or $500 range, and but like I had a majority, I still had a big bag of eGold, and that's when I after the through the bear, that's when I discovered eGold, and then I got into Polygon, got into Solana. Early days I got into like Steppen, Steppen on Solana, those sneaker thingies.
Mm-hmm.
And I had gotten into ETH early and got so burnt on ETH that I didn't even want to touch it for a while.
It's that gas.
But now I've got a couple ETH projects. So yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think eGold has some big news coming up later this month. Or actually, no, it happened yesterday, or yeah, actually it happened yesterday. They recently stakers vote for governance proposal. Like, looks like they do have some movement.
Yeah, it's been real tough being in some of the. It's been tough everywhere, right? For a lot of NFT communities. You know, it's funny how like, you know, you can be in one like Discord server and everyone's like, poo pooing and they're a lot of bad energy and fighting. And then you go to another one and you see the same thing. You go to another chain and you see the same types of things. So it's kind of a universal thing. So like, I've learned that like it's just that's what the bear market squeezes out of people. Like when you look at charts, man, you look like I learned like getting into crypto and NFTs. I learned to read charts. I learned like all these different ways to chart and do technical analysis and use all these indicators. And when you look at the charts, man, the bars up and down. You're really looking at human emotion. You're looking at the history of human emotion, from the stock market to like crypto to everything. So it's a crazy ride to understand. Try to figure out like where crypto's going and like looking at charts and trying to figure out where to get in and where to get out.
Yep. I feel like whenever I look at a chart and and I whenever I see, let's say a token is dipping, and I'm like, wow, this has been a major dip. I think I should buy. Like for some reason, it just keeps going. Like the movements are just way more drastic. Same with the movement up. Like just when I see something pop and I'm like, oh, that's an awesome pop. I'm gonna sell right now and secure profits. It like pops another whatever percent, 5%.
Yeah.
So
it's like Murphy's Law.
yep. So lately, what I've been, and it's actually kind of like been working, but I've been doing this on like a small scale. Like whenever I see a pop, I'll like be like, oh, that's awesome, that's a pop. I'm gonna wait for the next one, and then the next pop happens, and I'm like, okay, so.
And then you're like, oh, I guess I'm DCAing.
Yeah. Yep.
Either in or out.
Freaking those crypto markets, fun. So I guess we could, as our final topic, we've been going for about an hour and 16 minutes. Final topic. On Saturday, November 25th, the day of the music festival. You made your Decentraland debut performance at the CBD build. What were your thoughts, feelings, emotions that were going through? What can you tell us about it?
I'm always nervous. I always get a little apprehensive. I always get a little nervous right before. But I always just go back to just like, I'm just gonna have fun. Just have fun with tracks and spin. Like I had spent the COVID period learning how to like a lot of DJs. The DJs kind of like that's when live streaming and Twitch really took off for the DJ scene. And there's a lot of DJs on Twitch. You go to you compare like Kick is a new like platform on the scene. You compare Kick to Twitch on a Friday night, and it's just that there's no comparison. On Kick you have like maybe 10 people streaming and they've got like one viewer. You go to Twitch and that's where everyone's at. So like through the whole COVID thing and everyone being stuck at home, that's where people started learning how to like stream and for me it was a whole learning process, OBS and stuff, and so that's kind of where I got like I cut my teeth with like live streaming and OBS and stuff like that. So when Meg was like, "Oh, you gotta come to Decentraland, dude," I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah, right on!" And like, I was excited. I knew that like I could output good sound and decent video, and I usually like will pick the first 2 tracks that I want to start with, and then from there, I just kind of go with the flow. And yeah, I was a little nervous at first, but like once I got into the groove, and you just go with the music and have fun and dance, man. Fucking when I even when I practice, man, like I'll dance hardcore if a track just hits right, or a mix just hits right, man. Just it's just fun. It's just fun. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a whole nother, like, one of those communities, like Twitch, the whole Twitch DJ community. It's another one of those communities where like you just feel like it's still early, it's still underground, like it's you'll get into rooms where like like there's 20 people, but like there's 20 of the best like people listening to a really fucking cool DJ laying down a killer set. It's a chance to share music, or spin different types of music that you want to just get out there. I haven't been really consistent on Twitch. I was in the beginning for a while, but fucking life takes over, and you gotta do your other stuff, and so. But yeah, I still love doing the live streams on Twitch.
Totally.
Wherever else, they're fun. You gotta share the music, man.
Gotta share the music.
Gotta share the music.
So yeah, you had just mentioned like Kick. I feel like there is a sea of opportunity on Kick, especially as a as a first time, or not first time, but like as a streamer that's just getting started. I do feel like there are plenty.
I see the opportunities for that too. I feel like if you have like a small following on Twitch, you can hopefully like bring some over to Kick. I've seen some DJs on Kick where they actually pull a decent Twitch like crowd. And they do different formats, and once you get to their payout threshold, whatever, I guess you get to keep more of the revenue split. Twitch takes a big
50%.
chunk, so yeah. Yeah. So yeah, once it like, yeah, I think you're right. I agree with you. There is opportunity there, but I also like what you guys do, especially like the last for making music. Like you weren't just going to one platform. You're going to all kinds, a bunch of different platforms: Kick, YouTube, Twitch. And I just heard, like, I remember hearing the DJ, even like I was watching an interview, and he was like saying like, look, some people are like trying to like before they're just trying to stick to their communities, but you're seeing like this multi-stream movement come out more and more, and like now they're like he was giving advice that, hey, you just got to play where people can find you, whether you're streaming to TikTok on a side stream, and you're doing also to YouTube or to Twitch or Kick. You just got to be able to like get your if you want to do live streams, you got to get your live streams out to people where they're at, not try to force them to find you where in your little niche of your Twitch world. You got to try to play where they're at. So
yeah,
I thought that was good advice.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It was something that you're doing now with this thing.
Yep, you have to kind
with
of
DollHouse and same thing.
And through all that, like through all the different destinations, gotta have to find that one place where you want everyone to communicate with you. It's like, yeah, I could be streaming on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and X right now at the same time, but
it makes it more difficult. It makes it more difficult as what you try to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Right, because like on Twitch, like if you're just streaming on Twitch, you know, like it's all about that chat room. It's all about like some of the shout outs, and then the emotes. Oh my god, the emote explosions. Those that's cool. That's fun,
Hmm.
But you don't get that same experience when you're multi-streaming to different platforms. Definitely not on Twitter. Like when I first started streaming to Twitter, I had no idea who was watching on Twitter. I had no idea. I
Hmm.
couldn't really, because I was watching the Twitch stream, and that chat room, and it wasn't until afterwards, like when I went to go review it and watch the video again, I saw like all the hearts. I saw people like saying shit and stuff like that. I was like, oh, that's the kind of interaction I missed.
Yeah.
Because that's what when you do a live stream, you're looking for that interaction. You're looking to like, when you're not paying attention to the music you're lining up or the mix that you're currently in, you're trying to interact with everyone. So,
Yep. So,
so you kind of lose that across multiple streams.
you really do. You really do. It is hard to keep track. I know Billy T Coin. He's probably like in the middle, way back in the spawn point at DollHouse. He has figured it. Actually, no, it actually works through Restream. It actually pulls all the comments from your all the destinations that you're streaming to, and it'll put them into one chat. So
yeah, I've discovered that when because I would stream to Twitch and then YouTube, right? And that was, I guess, okay to do from a Twitch standpoint. But they don't really allow you to do that Twitch and Kick, because Kick is like your main competitor.
Yep.
So they now allow you to stream to Kick, but they will tax you or somehow, or dock you if they find out that you're pulling both chats into one window. If you're streaming to both platforms, it's against their new rules.
Ooh,
So
rules.
they've loosened up some of their restrictions, but there's still that like looms over if. And so then what fun is that? There's like then you're back to like trying to pay attention to two different chat streams and try to doing your mix, at the same time, and all the technical things that go with it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's it could be daunting. I mean, it was a big learning curve. It's been a big learning curve, and I'm still like learning. Like there's like I was watching on some of the DJs on the Make a Music that came after me, and they had some great visuals. And I was like, fuck, man, how do you do that? Like, like I'm still trying to learn how to, do better, visuals, or bring a little bit more to the table.
Well, I mean, shit, we have a full community of talented DJs around here that know OBS like the back of their hands. I mean,
yeah,
we could definitely get you in touch with one, and make the introduction, and then you guys do the DJ thing.
We do the DJ thing. We talk shop.
Yep.
Yo.
So like, I kind of brought this page up. Like if you're looking at my screen share, but which is basically the Kick category for live music.
Oh yeah.
Right now there's only 170 or 87 viewers. It is very, very low number, but what kind of like where I kind of see the potential is if you right here, the first two are like 34 viewers, but if you can manage to get 10 viewers, you'll be like third or fourth on the list, which kind of like if someone's new coming from Kick, or I mean from Twitch, and looking at the category, they see you as a third, it's like a higher chance of them to click on your profile and view what you're doing.
Yeah, and you're right about like you're right about opportunity. Like I was there the night this last weekend, just looking around, and I just didn't see like, you know, I like certain types of music. I don't like you know, hardcore fucking techno. That's just like way, you know, it's too driving.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a DJ I know, I will be right there, just like, you know, right there and supporting. But yeah, there's just not. Sometimes there's just not a lot of DJs performing at the time that you're watching that plays music that you would be into.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there is opportunity. Like, you know, like I saw like, you know, 5 people playing like hardcore techno. There's no one playing like tech house, and which is kind of my main speed. I pretty much, you know, like I used to be you know, when I first started playing in the trance and everything, but like, and then progressive house for a long time, but and I still play a lot of progressive, and then still play like melodic house and stuff like that. But I'm really, you know, in the tech house and bass house right now.
So hey, opportunity. It's that's if you can pull the numbers.
Yeah, there is opportunity there for sure. You can build there. You can, you know, be a content, you know, you're a content creator there.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, just want to give a shout out to Toxic Waifu. She mentioned that she went to sleep and woke up just in time to catch the show. So big shout out to you. Thank you for you know, being here, making it, and the effort to make it here.
Right on. Thanks.
Let's see. Well, we've been at it for around an hour and a half or so.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Time flies when you're having fun. This is my favorite thing to do. And just like
Right
you, stumbling into DJing by accident, I kind of stumbled
Yeah.
into show hosting by accident, and here we are.
No, you're doing a kick-ass job. Like, I've never been able to see myself as like a Spaces host or anything like this. And you know, when I first met you, I thought like you were also like a DJ, and you're like, no, I just like putting these things together. I'm like, oh, that's fucking rad. You're basically like a promoter. You're a promoter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just
you
want
know,
to show off my cool
in certain ways.
Just want to show off my cool friends.
Yeah, that's dope.
So, any final shout outs you would like to make? Or actually, no. Clear that. We haven't spoken about your streaming. Where can we catch you streaming? How often do you stream? And what are the vibes?
I always like vape vibes. That's my thing. I always like laying down the vape vibes because most times, like, you know, I'm puffing away, like, you know. So this last night when I did play for music, I didn't get high or anything like this. And I thought it went pretty well. I'm like, oh wow, maybe I should, you know. Don't smoke before each one, because you know, like every once in a while, you know, you'll have a technical glitch, or you know, something will go wrong or whatever. So, but that show went pretty well. So, but like it's been pretty random the last like 6 months, you know, because I also I went through, you know, I've been going through a job change. I work in real life. I work in the entertainment industry. As a line producer, as a producer, you know, stuff like this, and so we've been through. You know, we're still like, we're at the tail end of a strike. So, you know, a lot of my friends and myself included have either been out of work or been, you know, had patches of freelance work. So, you know, just that disruption. I haven't been doing any regular shows for like the last 6 months, but I think in the new year I'm gonna try to get something, get at least a weekly or bi-weekly going again, and I'll always like try to, you know, start off with Twitch and Twitter, and then, you know, wherever else, you know, like that, you know, wants to play good music.
Yep.
Like I'd love to play in Decentraland again. I think that'd be fucking rad.
I totally think we need to set this up. I mean, I know DollHouse here is always looking for performers, True Band Room, and you know me and Make, so you basically
Oh
Decentraland
yeah.
is your oyster, and we you know if you see somewhere you want to play, we.
I love the fact that I've been playing with for a couple of different NFT projects like for their communities.
Mhm.
And I just kind of like the fact that that's kind of like a thing, it's like, or such, such a niche thing, in the space. So I think that's kind of cool.
We all love our performers. We love music. Man, Web3's provided such a big opportunity for musicians, DJs, performers in general. Like it's crazy. And I only feel like it's gonna get bigger. Like you mentioned.
We're still like, if you think we're early in crypto and NFTs, like music NFTs and music in general in Web3 space is like way early. Like it
Prehistoric.
hasn't even. I don't think anyone even thought of yet the full potential of what it could mean.
Mm-hmm.
No one. I don't think anyone's like. I've been trying to think of like ways, even like for a DJ, like like what can you do to like instead of like building like an NFT community and like having some kind of VIP access to shows or whatever, like, or even like subscription, like you could do subscriptions on like
Yeah.
right on Twitch and make money, but like only like the top 1%, 2% usually make decent amount of money. But that's not Web3. That's Web2. So like, like I don't know. There's a lot to be cracked in across many different genres and in different ways.
Yep.
And I think there's still like so much potential.
Yeah.
So much potential.
Yeah, we're in here prehistoric times. Like for example, there isn't even a kind of like a music NFT streaming service yet. Kind of like how Spotify is. You pay your subscription, and you can listen to music. But of course, turn it more into Web3 type of thing, where it's like as as listeners listen to your music, you get a higher cut, not the 0.00000001%, or yeah, 1 cent that you get on Spotify per play, but more of like making it more.
Maybe it's a thing. There's so many yeah. How would you do? Maybe it's a thing where you your song gets staked in some kind of pool, and the more plays it gets, the bigger percentage it takes from some kind of pool. I don't know.
That is wow. I haven't even thought about that concept. But you even with that, you are onto something, and that would encourage the or the singer, the artist to kind of promote their music, get it out there more, be out there showing it to people, showing the platform to those other people so that they can listen to their music. There's just so much that you can do out there. And then it's like, what do you do with the ownership? Like you as a music NFT collector, what are the opportunities out there that could present themselves, such as like, let's go back to the streaming platform. What if like you could give rights to your music NFT to that streaming platform to you, kind of to play it, and then the artist and holders get royalties, compensation, whatever it may be.
Yeah, there's so many different ways. Like
It's
like already, like I'm like just talking to you. I'm like trying to still brainstorm like all these different ways that you could do it. It's kind of like you're the artist, right? So you want there might be already some kind of music community that have bought into like these NFTs with the maybe the knowledge that the goal is to, on the back end, to bring on in all these music artists, right, to release music via NFTs or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to buy the NFT. It's the music artist that has to buy maybe a certain tiered level NFT that has different platform reach.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
if you want one platform, you buy this level NFT. If you want to hit like 2 different platforms, you buy this level NFT, right? Right, and then you have the people that have invested into that platform that are the normies, not the music people, but they're they're the enthusiasts, and then you have your musicians, and the musicians, they buy these NFTs, and then let's go back to the state, they stake them into these pools, and then that's how you track like the number of plays and the percentages of
Mm-hmm.
royalties. Maybe I don't fucking know.
It's-
I'm spitballing.
It's the tech.
I'm fucking spitballing.
We need the tech to come to play, or maybe it first comes with having the idea rounded out perfectly for the tech to be built in that direction.
Yeah, I'm sure someone smarter than me figure it all out, make a lot of money.
Yep. So, I see in chat, a DJ YB has joined us for tonight's stream. Hey, thank you so much for being here, DJ YB. I'm usually always, rating your channel whenever you're DJing and performing, just to, show some love, and I love the vibe in there. Anyone that's listening, make sure to shoot him a follow. And I'm just here hosting my usual Monday night show called Beyond the NFT, where I bring in creatives from my community as well as the Web3 community. Actually, I just bring in creatives from all over at this point, because I want to meet all of you. So DJ YB, if you ever are considering it, you could possibly be a guest here on this show one day. We're currently interviewing DJ vAPED. He is standing right next to me here in this digital platform we all call Decentraland, and we're just having a good time. We're just having a casual conversation. Thank you for being here. Okay, so.
Oh, you saw him in the Twitch stream.
Yes, in the Twitch chat.
Oh, cool. I'll give him a follow.
Yes, please do. He's dope as fuck, I'm telling you. Followed. And big shout out to Mr. J Stickle that just entered the DollHouse on Decentraland. What it be, man? It's been a while. Don't think I haven't been seeing you working in silence, my friend. I know you out there. So good to see you. And I guess to bring it back to you, vAPED, you had mentioned that you've kind of been spreading out your streams a little bit, kind of trying to think of kind of like a day to just start hitting every week or so. When you do stream, what is the main platform that you like to stream onto? Twitch?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see. Let me make sure I follow you on Twitch.
But I always try to do a second stream, because I go through restreams. So restreams, they give you up to 2.
Yep.
So I always try to and I haven't done the paid thing where you can do like more than 2, because then that's when they get you. I found a workaround where I can also, but I haven't tried it where you can also you can bring in a third stream that's a little, but it can tax your computer and it can tax your stream, and I didn't want to compromise the streams, because then you have to now you're coding 2 different streams that go out.
Yep. Yes sir. So what is usually the second destination if you do?
Well, recently it's been Twitter, because I just
Twitter?
feel that's
Nice.
That's where I have a majority of my followers, right?
Mhm.
So I used to stream to YouTube and Twitch and YouTube, live stream to YouTube, and I wouldn't it was I wasn't really picking up traction there because everyone was just on Twitch. So
Yeah, Kick. It's one of those. It's one of those. Takes a
if
lot of
there's a way,
patience.
if there, I'm sure someone will figure it out. But if there's a way to like combine the interaction of Twitter and Twitch, much like you can do with like Kick and Twitch or Twitch and YouTube, and then that would be so dope. That'd be,
Yeah.
because then like you have the best of both worlds.
Yeah. As far as streaming, I know how I mentioned.
Or even like Decentraland,
Yeah.
combine that all together.
There has to be a way. There has to be. Maybe my talented friend Unknower over here can look into this.
Or maybe yeah, you're right. Maybe he can. Huh?
But fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, as far as like
This is how it happens. So Decentraland's got to buy Twitch.
yes, let's do that. The Decentraland. Let's put up a proposal on the DAO to buy Twitch. I'm just throwing the idea up there, letting one of you write the proposal and make our dreams come true. So I guess now we can go into that final question I asked you earlier. Like any shout outs that you would like to give to anyone out there, and thoughts on anyone that you would like to see on Decentraland in the future?
My first one of my first things I did in Decentraland back a couple years ago was try to catch the Paris Hilton stream.
Same.
And I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't and then it took me so long to figure out how to get to where they were. By the time I got there, it was like almost done. I'm like, fuck.
Done. Dang.
Yeah. So. I don't know. What was your original question?
Final shout outs, but actually you
shout-outs.
Mentioned Paris Hilton. I gotta tell you about how I got fucked. Okay, just like you, I couldn't figure out how to get to the Paris Hilton concert, but when I did, I found out that they were dropping these ferocious dresses, Paris Hilton dresses. Ferocious is an NFT artist.
Okay.
Like the shoes that I'm wearing are like his design on the shoes I'm wearing on Decentraland, or like his collaboration with Artifact. He was like one of the youngest, and like back then 2021 time, he was like one of the newest up and coming artists in the NFT scene that kind of broke into Web 2 as well and gained a lot of traction like that. And so he had made a dress, and they were dropping it on Decentraland, and I was like, I want this dress so bad because it's ferocious, So someone, there was a POAP that you could collect at the event, and I collected that. Someone told me, oh, if you transfer that POAP into ETH network, if you claim it, you will get the dress. And back in those times, we're talking 2021 bull run. Those times, gas prices were $300. So yeah, that was my big splurge for nothing. But yeah, I guess we'll bring it back to you. Yeah, final shoutouts. Lose. Oh, you're muted. Here, I don't know if Vape knows he's muted. This moment of silence was brought to you by the DCL DollHouse. Thank you, Baby Dolls, for
Oh,
hosting
son
Beyond
of a
the
bitch! I
NFT.
was on mute this whole time.
Yeah, there you are.
Oh
Welcome
my
back.
goodness! I was like talking forever.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts before we close out for the evening?
uh, yeah, this has been fun, bro. Shout outs to Make for introducing me into this world, and it's a real vibe. I'm digging it. I like all the different. Someone just ran at me and right through me in the central. I like all the costumes. I like the crystal tree that's been dancing. I love the presents, the feet. I love all the costumes in there. I don't know everyone yet. I see some familiar faces. The shout out to like ICC and the people I do know. I'm just looking around. I can't even find where you're at. I was looking for you because I wanted to see what you were wearing.
Oh, I was standing next to you for a second. Maybe I'm not loaded in right now. If you look at my shared screen, I am standing right next to you.
Oh, you're the dead mouth. Dead mouth said.
Oh yeah, I forget. I don't always go as Sinful Meat Stick on World. I'm mods. Yes. Yeah, usually I guess on Decentraland, good way to identify me would be the dead mouse
Oh, it
helmet
says
and
mod. There you go. That's you, the mod.
Yep.
Now I'm checking out your threads.
Yep. I have a lot of names and I like to jump around through them. So if you're ever looking for me, look for the dead mouse helmet with the mule bubble.
Yeah.
That, and you know, with the Decentraland, it feels like you know, you can look at an avatar and instantly kind of tell who they are without even looking at their name, because of like the style of wearables or like just wearables they like to wear. So yeah, as you get to know us better, you will start to notice this.
Nice. Yeah. I guess I remember shout out to Billy. I caught his set the last time, and really really impressed. He's totally dope. Yeah.
He's so dope.
That's about it. Everyone's still kind of new. Crypto Minotaur
in his big old Minotaur outfit.
Yeah.
But yes, this has been an amazing conversation with you. It's been great getting to know you better.
Thanks, man.
And you had mentioned that you were a producer, and oh my God, when you said that, I almost jumped at that, because that could be like a whole nother hour worth of conversation, but I held back. I've been good. But perhaps maybe
yeah, that's a whole different lane.
Yep, exactly. So perhaps maybe one day in the future we can invite you back on.
Yeah, for sure. Totally. I would totally do this again. It's been fun.
That's awesome. Thank you, Vaped. And yeah, we got your final thoughts. It is almost midnight for me. Holy crap. I've been having so much fun.
But thank you. You too.
But yeah, this has been amazing. And I guess just before I close out, everyone make sure to
DCLG Chess. She's like, one more hour.
One more hour. Well, how about this, Vape? And this could be done with your permission, of course. What would you think about me playing one of your YouTube sets as kind of after party music and stuff like that?
That'd be pretty dope, man. Go for it. I'll stick around for a little bit.
Yeah. Which one?
I gotta go walk my dog. But yeah, I can put it on. Take my AirPods.
Yeah, for sure. Which set would you like for me to share with everyone?
Oh, geez. That last set was probably one of my best sets. It was fun. But any set, like, My birthday one was fun. I had a couple fuck ups on that one. The previous one was pretty fun. Any of those ones.
Okay.
Um,
How about for those that didn't get to catch your performance at the Music Fest? How about we play them that one?
yeah, that was pretty dope.
Alrighty, that one will be the one. Yeah, but before I close out, would like to remind everyone to join M's giveaway. Just go to M's tweet. I will drop it in the in-world chat. And make sure to like, retweet, take a picture of yourself at this event currently, and what was the last instructions? And there will be 3 winners. And yeah, thank you everyone. Shout out to our sponsors. Of course, Vox Sports, much love. Dr. Drip, I see you on Parcel, and just know that I love the fuck out of you, dude. Songbird Collectives, much love. Meta One Designs, see, I still got that Meta One Design sponsorship, Mr. J Stickle. I see you. I'm always paying attention. Big shout out to the Gold Guy brand. Make sure to head over to the marketplace, grab yourself some Gold Guy jeans, and of course, the lovely baby dolls. Thank you for everything you do for me. You know, you are the other half of this show because I can never do these events without your in-world backup, you know, keeping the vibes going at the DollHouse, making sure everyone is good. Thank you for everything you do, and I got lots of love for you girls. And yeah,
nice. Shout outs to the DollHouse.
Big shout outs to them.
Dope setting. I've been kind of walking around trying to check it out. It's amazing what everyone's been building in here.
Yeah, the DollHouse is operated by Tank Poco. If you see Tank Poco in chat right now and in world, that you'll see her avatar in there just chilling with her with her lounging chair and umbrella, just being
nice.
Cool as can be, cool as a cucumber.
Right on.
And yeah, so everyone, please stand by, and I will get the music set started for us. I'm going to be changing devices, so there may need to be a either run away from plot and come back, or refresh your scene, and the video will be live shortly. Thank you, everyone, and yes, please stand by.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.